singer?
I sing and I rap.
You sing and you rap. Okay. You write your own stuff?
All the time.
All the time. Okay. So where do your music come from? From really life experiences or?
Everything I went through is in the music, literally.
Okay. How did you get into it?
When I was around like 17, I mean, originally my mom always did music her whole life, so I was around it since I was little. Okay. You know, and that was always like an inspiration to see her going to the studio, ride with her to the studio, you know. And then when I hit like around 17 or 18, I had like a really bad breakup that kind of, the pain just sparked something in me. Really? That made me feel like I had to express it in a way that was not regular. Okay. Because it was just like, nah, this is too painful for me.
How did you get through that 18-year-old breakup? Because like at 18, you know, like
everything is
so dramatic. It's just like, oh my God, he left me. Oh, exactly. I don't want to live anymore.
That's exactly how it felt.
So how did you like get through that? Painful breakup. Like, so is that when you start putting pen to paper and like really going in?
Yeah, I started finding a way to not let the pain consume it, because I was in a very like dark place, like very depressed. Okay. And one day I just decided, like I looked in the mirror and it just wasn't me anymore. Like I had dark circles under my eyes. I wasn't sleeping, wasn't eating, and it was just like, yo, I'm destroying myself for someone that clearly does not value me. Yes. And it was like a wake up call. Okay. And boom, Jade Omari was like born again.
So, because you know, with so much emphasis being put nowadays on, you know, mental illness and, you know, things like depression, how were you able to come up out of your depression and actually start, you know, because, you know, that's a, you know, people kind of put it to the back burner and, you know, just make it seem like, but that's really something that people really have to
really hard. Most people think that is, you know, it's just as easy as going to vent to your friend or stuff like that. I have anxiety, so I know what it feels like to just wake up and have that feeling and not know what the hell triggered it. And you just feel like very paranoid, very sad, like it's, but I guess the goal is just to keep reminding yourself or to teach yourself to be stronger than what you're feeling, because at the end of the day, you get to wake up every day, and that's a whole new chance. You know, so with me, like, I've had my days where I couldn't do it. Like, I'd cry, like, I just felt like my hope was gone. But you gotta basically find that light in you and just be like, look, we could do this. We've done it before. You know, there's been hella breakups that you've been through. You thought it was gonna be the end of the world, but you still made it. There's been times people told you give up, but you still didn't, you know. So it's just more so like finding the strength within yourself.
During that stage of depression or in the things that you were going through, did you have any vices or anything that helped you cope with anything, or anything that you turned to? You know, it may not necessarily be drugs or alcohol.
Writing in my diary. Actually, I have a diary to this day, and it's not a childish thing. It's actually very therapeutic, because it's, in my opinion. Because when you vent to your friends and stuff, they'll give you their opinions, you get me? And they'll tell you what they feel is right, and then, you know, it won't really resonate with you, so you feel like you have to listen to them because it's for your greater good. But when you write down in a diary, it's like nobody can judge you. You're just expressing what you feel at that moment. You might not feel it tomorrow, so it's okay, because at least you only know that. And you just move forward with it. So it's just like, and then when you look back at it, you can reflect on how you had your weak moment, but you still made it. So diaries are essential in my life.
They are. I have a diary too.
Really?
Yeah, it's right by my bed, and I
mine's
kind of like write in the if I can't sleep, I'll write.
Yeah, same.
In the middle of the night between that and my Bible, I just kind of
That's kind of weird, right, Sib?
How is that weird?
I don't know that about joy.
What you mean? Because y'all know everything about me. Y'all don't need to know everything about me.
I didn't say it was weird. You know what I'm saying? That's your business.
No, but what you mean?
So when are you gonna share those diary moments with us, Joy?
I can't, because y'all in them. I be leaving the show. I'm like, God damn it, I done left Culture Link show and these president this. So I can't share.
I don't believe you. You love us. Jade, where are you right now?
I believe her. I don't care if she get mad at me. I don't give a fuck.
You said what?
We're not that important to Joy. She's not going to put us in a diary.
Right, yeah. I don't think she's putting us in no diary, though. Right. I do agree with you 100% on that. You know, I agree with you 100% on that.
Where are you right now?
What do you mean?
Let us emotionally, mentally.
I think emotionally, spiritually, I'm at a very, how do you say? It's more so an experience. You can't really describe it, but it's a very wonderful vibration, wonderful frequency that I'm on, that's allowing me to overcome like the depression, all that stuff that I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Are you
an introvert?
Are you?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah, she is. Are you happy where you at right now, or you still striving to be finding that happy, that balance, or you feel like you found it and you're there?
I think I am definitely there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna. It's not like 100% where I want it to be, but I know that it's all happening. So that's why it's like it gives me that peace of mind. Like I don't have to worry about it because I know that anything meant for me is going to come no matter what.
So I have a question for you.
Okay, I hope I have an answer.
So, and although even with your music, that's, you know, you shedding light and giving people hope who may deal with depression, or we'll say mental health, because that's a part of mental health. What other avenues or ways or opportunities do you seek out or would like to take advantage of to shed light on mental health issues? Because a lot of people equate mental health as a negative thing. Exactly. And, you know, so like if somebody says you may need to go to a therapist to like talk to somebody, they're like, no, I don't need to talk to people. And they may turn to like, you know, drinking, drugs, and or be comfortable in that place of depression because and they don't choose joy.
Yeah.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get it? You get it?
I get it.
Okay.
She got a clothing line.
It's called Choose
really?
Joy, and it comes from making a conscious effort of choosing happiness to be happy.
Exactly.
And not stay in the dark place of depression, but to either talk to somebody or like that. So back to my question, like what other avenues are you seeking, or do you want to seek other ways to, you know, shed light on the mental health issues?
I just want people to know that there's not one specific way to deal with it, because I think that's what a lot of people forget, that just because this worked with that person on curing it for them, it's gonna work that way for everybody. Everybody has a different heart, different mind. They think differently. They were raised differently. So you know, you don't know how bad the trauma is. But I would just say, as much as possible, try to find a creative outlet. As like, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's painting, writing, singing, making beats, playing an instrument, something creative. Because at the end of the day, you're creating through the things that you're going through. Instead of letting it consume you, you're consuming it, and then you're expressing it and creating something beautiful out of something that was so ugly. You get me?
So this new project, is that where it came from?
Definitely.
So what can we expect?
Whew. You can expect an explanation for why it took me so long to finally drop this. It's more so about my personal experience with depression, my relationships, friendships that were lost, you know, people that were slandering my name, saying things that weren't true. Everything is in this tape.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be pretty exciting for my fans and for new listeners that have never heard me before. I think this tape really expresses who I am. And if you followed me since my first tape, Memento Mori, up until now, you can literally hear how I'm changing through my voice and my cadences when I rap. All of that. It's like an evolution type of thing.
Who have you worked with in this project?
I've worked with most of them. I got them from YouTube, I'm not gonna lie, but I have a producer, Book Wonder, on that joint. Fire. There's also a guy named hand-me-down. His name's Casey. We did a song called Nobody Sees, which everybody.
I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen
that joint was fire.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good vibes on this one.
Okay.
What's the name of the project?
X.
Literally. Why X? Is
Yeah.
it 10 or
Yeah,
it is
10.
10? Okay,
Yeah.
what's the significance of 10? I'm so
level
fucking
of
smart.
Yeah, you get it though. That's the point. Yeah.
Yes.
I would think that 10 like represents like a level of completion. Like if there's
Okay.
levels, 10 is always like the
Right.
complete.
Yeah, because everybody like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
exactly.
All right.
So this is my 10 before like my bigger whatever I'm gonna do next.
Okay. Before 10, it's out now?
Nah, it's coming out on Sunday.
Okay. So before 10 is released on Sunday, did you have a prior project?
Yeah, I have an album actually that I'm doing, not a mixtape. So this album is gonna go on iTunes.
Okay.
I still haven't even made a name for it because it's
Okay.
like the same way that I did this X thing, the experience-wise. I'm doing it with my album. Like
Okay.
I'm going through things. I'm trying to make something
Okay.
out of it so that it can touch people.
Okay.
I don't just like doing half-ass, you know.
Okay. So that's your next album, but prior to X, did you have music out?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I
and
would
did
just
you
release singles.
Okay, you just released singles. Have you seen like that evolution in your music from your previous work to now?
Yes.
Okay.
Epically.
Okay. In terms of like the evolution, do you feel like your I don't want to say mental because it may be like a negative thing, but your mental, like how let me see, how can I
Word it the way that
word
you
it the way it makes sense?
Yeah.
Exactly. How can you describe your mental back then, like your growth, that's the word I'm looking for, your growth from your previous music to now when it comes to the overall description of you writing down and going through your issues and handling them?
I could say that back then I was in more so like of a shell.
Okay.
And I was very egotistic, very immature with certain situations that I handled that could have handled better, you know, things like that. And I feel like with every experience that I went through, because not all of them were positive, it kind of taught me something and matured me in a way. It gave me the type of wisdom that I needed in order to be an example of, you know, something positive. It doesn't matter what it is, just something positive.
Okay. Awesome. So what can we expect from 10? Other than fire, because we already said, established that's going to be fire. What else can we expect?
I think we can expect... It's like there's something, man, if y'all just heard it, y'all be like, you understand why I'm so like, you know,
passionate about it.
Yeah, it's because I really put a lot into this, but I guess you could expect me.
And when you get this where are you dropping it? Where can we go find it?
Spinrilla.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna drop on Spinrilla on the 27th. Okay.
And when you drop this project, we're not gonna lose you again, right?
Not at all. Okay, I'm back, and I'm back for good.
Okay, so when are you dropping the next project after this project?
Okay, let's see. We're in July.
You know we're gonna hold you to it, right?
Of course. I would like to say September is the next one.
August.
So I'm gonna let August fly. September.
So you've been recording already? You've been
I never recorded.
How far are you?
I'm halfway done.
Okay.
How many tracks on here?
On X, it was originally supposed to be 10, but I couldn't let this one song go, so it's gonna be 11.
Yeah. I mean, but it'll break the cliche of 10.
Yeah.
And it's the album is 10, but then you have 11 songs.
Exactly.
So you know, it kind of breaks the whole 10 thing up.
Yeah.
But for your next album, you said you don't have a name for it.
Nah.
How many songs have you prepared thus far?
So far, I have at least a good 7 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So who were some of your musical influences? You know,
my music taste is so bizarre, because like I don't have a specific genre that I like to listen to. I could listen to rock, hip hop, R&B, techno, like don't matter. But I would say people that have influence, like as far as my cadences and stuff. I don't want to sound like head ass, but Drake is one of them, you know, because he's actually a very good lyricist. His cadences are good. I would say like Janae Aiko, like that type of vibe in there, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I can name a hella.
So explain your tattoos to me. You know, I know I'm pretty sure all of them look like they got a story. I want to know what the one on your neck.
You know how they tell you cross your fingers for good luck?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the one on your neck.
The one on my neck, the dove. Okay.
Yeah. And it is a dove. What is it wrapped
3
in?
snowflakes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the dove, basically, you know, like that's a spiritual, you know, symbolic creature. So I'd like to think that I put it on here for the throat chakra. That's the throat chakra symbol in the middle of the dove.
Okay.
So since I'm a singer, I put it on my throat. And I like to think that I'm speaking my truth. So you know, and then it has 3 snowflakes, which represent like the Trinity, stuff like that. Yeah.
What's your like?
What happened?
What's your most meaningful tattoo?
It would be the one on my neck.
Okay.
But I would also say my most meaningful one is the one on my stomach that says Memento Mori.
Okay.
Yeah. It means like a reminder of death, that like no matter what happens, we're all gonna go to the same place. Like no matter if you're rich, no matter if you're poor, like everybody is going.
So how was like your upbringing? How was your relationship like your parents and your, you know, if you have any siblings or anything?
I'm not gonna say it was bad, but I'm not gonna say it was like the greatest thing ever. You know, I feel like I needed to learn certain things, which is why I went through those things. But it was not easy. You know, I was moving back and forth with my mom and my dad. Like transferring to schools, you know, always having to meet new friends. That sucked ass.
Yeah, that sucks.
And then, you know, like it just really took a toll on me, and I just had to grow up at a very early age.
So, because you said your mother's Dominican.
She's Dominican and Cuban, and my dad is Puerto Rican.
So you're of Hispanic descent, but you don't necessarily look Hispanic. So how was that, you know, trying to, you know, find people to fit in with, or
I don't really like to fit in, so I think that's that. But more so, I just let people gravitate towards me.
Did you have to deal with any bullying or anything because people didn't know what you
Yes, I did. A lot of that. And even to this day, I have like little kids that just be in front of their parents just saying some wild stuff. And I just be like, yo, oh, hello there, little one.
Kids are wild.
You know,
Kids are wild.
calm down.
Kids
Yo,
is
little
bad
kids
as
be-
shit.
little
They
kids be
bad.
bad
They
now,
bad
yeah.
now. I don't know if it's in the water, but kids is bad as shit now.
Man,
It's
not in
the
the
internet.
Yeah.
So-
You know what? You're probably absolutely
He's
right.
probably
It's,
right.
It's
I
the,
agree
it's
with
the
him.
social
Everything's too
media.
accessible.
Yeah.
They just bad as shit.
Yeah,
They
it's
go on
like-
the internet and
yeah.
see some titties like in they
Right.
stream, and I couldn't. Like when some titties came up on the screen, I had to turn my head when I was younger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Parents put your hands over the eyes. quick as
Right,
shit.
right. No,
Don't
you
look.
go right on
Look
your
at your
phone.
Yeah, sneaky thing.
You go right on your phone.
All you gotta do is
and
hashtag titties. whole bunch of
All
titties.
kind of titties. It's all kind of titties.
Yo,
man.
yes, you are onto something. That social media is
Yeah, that's
Social
right.
media done messed up a lot of things.
Corrupted.
I was having a conversation
Very.
with a Uber driver the other day about I feel like if we removed social media and cell phones out of the clubs and stuff, like the
Yes.
partying to come back.
Yes.
You know, because everybody just wants to be on their phone during
snapping.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you. I'm a
yeah.
victim to that too. I be using my phone, but I'm trying to stop because I'm aware that it is a problem.
I hate it, yeah. I'm gonna throw a
is.
party and you can't bring your phone. You gotta either leave
You know,
your
Hey,
phone.
that'll
that's
be
a
a lit
dope
party,
thing.
though.
Yeah.
You gotta leave your phone. You gotta leave your phone in the car or at the front or something.
No,
might be onto something
no,
right
no,
there.
no phone,
No phone
Wednesday.
party. A no phone party. I
No
really
phone
want to throw a
Wednesday,
phone.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you heard it here first, just in case anybody want to take my idea. I want to throw a no phone.
You gotta do it
Just everybody
ASAP
would
because
take
that's a
my
dope idea.
That's actually a really good idea
It
because
is.
when we
First-
were like back in the day, we didn't have phones.
Nah, we gotta network the other.
And
You
the
know what I'm
phones that
saying?
we did have were not
We're-
this high
it
tech
wasn't
with
like-
the little touch screen.
it was like the
phones.
little
I just even
flip
think, I just even
Yeah.
think about the way the club scene has changed since I've been here. When I first met Prez and how partying was even a little bit different back then to where it is now. It's just bad. Like back in the day, you at least. People would be in there partying and getting drunk because they wouldn't have nothing else to do. They would be socializing and dancing with girls because they wouldn't have nothing else to do. You go to a club now, and I don't see no dudes dancing on a girl. When the last time?
That's because the girls be real.
Instagram.
Right,
They
so
be, because
yeah.
they be on because they be in their phone, Instagram, and
Right,
snapping
so
with their
they
girlfriend.
can't do
so
all
it's
that.
like
They can't do all that if they don't have a phone. So, which means they got to interact with people. One, and get drunk. Two, and
He said
Nah,
get
nah,
drunk.
nah. I
Back
agree.
then,
I agree.
Twitter was the shit back then.
It
And
was.
Twitter
if you
didn't
want a
have
girl
that.
number while you at my party, you got to get her number on a napkin.
Yeah,
Right.
these days
That's
niggas be
old
texting
school,
their options
yeah.
and shit.
or giving your hand.
Right,
You
giving
got
they-
pink- so you got pink me.
Yeah, we'll have pins scattered all over the venue. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, back
Do it
then,
old school.
back then niggas would be good at numbers. Now niggas don't know how to memorize numbers. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they'll
saying?
do a sequence.
shit.
Then you
Yeah.
can know the sequence because you know it's 3-3-4. So you are. It was
said
yeah.
three,
You
don't
remember.
remember the error code.
Yeah,
said one,
you
two,
just
four,
know.
Yeah.
You right.
Yeah.
You right. So you might be 1-2 something. You should have it.
Yeah,
Time-
I definitely
time
go.
That'll be a dope party. Like
Hell yeah.
people probably be like, yo, I ain't really, cause you know what they say when you have like the most memorable moments when you don't have your phone.
Yep.
So
Right.
like if you don't pull your phone on, you know you're having a good time.
I
And
want-
I've had a couple nights when I've just been out and I ain't pull my phone out because I was having such a good time.
I don't
Cause
want nobody worrying about
everybody-
I can't
yeah.
dance and do this because somebody might be. I want people to just come,
Yeah.
have a good time, get freaked off, and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's that's actually a really good idea.
It is a
Yeah,
good
that's a dope
idea.
idea.
I
No,
think you should
Jade,
do it.
what has been one of your biggest moments, biggest success moment in this music industry so far?
My biggest success moment,
Yeah.
I think, completing this tape. To be honest with you,
So okay.
this is more like a personal success to me because
Okay.
it took me a while. I've been doing this. I've been on this tape since like earlier this year, and I was
Okay.
supposed to binge drop it like in May, I think, for my birthday. But it was just so much shit going on that I kept pushing it back. I lost my inspiration, and I was just down. But the fact that I had to fight like this hard to finish it, I'm proud of myself that I actually got it done. So I think this is my accomplishment.
Congrats. So now you have accomplished something you set yourself to accomplish. What's the next goal aside from the tape that with the album we're working on right now? Aside from that, what is it that you want from the rap game or the music industry? Because I can't even say rap game because you rap sing.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that you want from this game? When do you feel like you'll be pleased with the hard work you put into creating to your craft?
When I see a change.
change as far as society, as DC, and
As
nation?
far as a universal change.
And
As far as
what are one of those changes you would like to see happen?
Well, for one, I'd like to see so many people stop putting artists against each other, because that's what makes this a competition, and then it makes us focus on the wrong things instead of getting the proper message that we want to spread across. So I think that one thing I want is the power of creativity to return to the artists, and not for the labels to keep them and control what the artists do, what they put out, what they don't. I want to let artists have that confidence that they can be as creative as they want with no boundaries.
So, you know, the creative aspect is controlled by the public, right?
Yep.
So now, since the public don't create, it's kind of out of the artist's control to compete. You know, they're forced to compete. So now you have, like, say the Hustle Forum Radio. We over here, we do our thing. We don't worry about whatever was going on out there. But we're in competition just by just the public eyes and people, artists or whatnot. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, do you feel like, with that being a goal in your mind, do you feel like you will ever accomplish that goal with changing the world?
I do.
To stop competing?
Yeah.
Really?
I do. I actually do. I don't know why I do, but I know that
what
I do.
What are you gonna do? You gonna speak via music, or what are some other things you're gonna do to see this change take place?
I'm just gonna hope that my experience through this journey, because it's gonna be different. Like a lot of people are gonna try to make comparisons, but my journey is gonna be different because that's the way that I manifested it to be.
What's so different about you? What makes your journey different?
I actually really do truly love music. I don't want the money. At the moment people get money, that's when they just focus on getting the paycheck. Like the labels be like, all right, you got to put a project out. They be like, all right, let me just write these 6 songs so I can get my check. Me, I don't care how long I'm gonna take. If it's coming from here, I'm gonna always put my heart in the music. You could just tell there's no.
So it's her passion. You would do it for free.
Yeah.
So I can't pay you to stop music?
What do you mean?
If I give you $1 billion right now and I said, hey, do not do ever write music again, you would.
No.
You would take $1 billion.
And I know it seems like everybody would take $1 billion, and I know it seems cliche, but honestly, no, because of the impact. Like, I'm not even big yet, right? But the impact that my music has made so far, and the messages that I've gotten from people, like random people that don't even know me, the things that they've said to me, lets me know that I'm not supposed to take that route. I'm supposed to keep going this route, because the rewards are gonna come later. My billion's gonna come. It'll probably be more than $1 billion. If I take your $1 billion now, I could be blocking my blessing to get $7 billion. You get me? Just because I wanted to be impatient.
So you feel like you living in your purpose?
Of course.
Okay.
What, Prez, you always asking people that question. Would you take the $1 billion?
Fuck yeah. Fuck you talking about? I'm out, nigga. I'm an investor. I'm a businessman. I'll take that $1 billion and I go sign 10 other artists. And,
I guess that makes sense for him.
I go create an empire, an army.
I wouldn't
do it.
I wouldn't. I love music too much.
I would.
I love music. I'm gonna take $1 billion though. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that hold us back from right now, you can have all the passion you want to have. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have finance to put you in the comfort position to create, to be free, to create how you want to create, it's always going to be a battle, which is what you're expressing. When your tape is that battle you're talking about. If you had the finance, like this tape would have been, your change you're talking about would have been more effective because you're independent. You have to rely on a company to support you in the sense of like putting the music and you know, lifting the people up as you would like it to be. You see what I'm saying?
I personally feel like if I would take that route, I wouldn't value anything if I did have that finance part that you're talking about. I had to go through those things in order to write the stuff that would make it like impact. I wouldn't care about my music if somebody just gave me what I needed.
Right. So here's the thing. Here's some gems for you, right?
Yeah.
You have to learn to control that. Right? Because it's like, you have to be able, because regardless of how you feel about it, you are going to be financially stable because you're very talented, you're gifted.
Thank you.
So if you don't learn to control it right now, and you're saying if you had the finance, you wouldn't do X, Y, Z, when you do get it, you can't just burn it. You see what I'm saying?
Of course not.
So exactly. So what I'm saying to you, like, you have to learn to control that right now. You feel me? I think I'm in a position where I'm able to control that, and sign it.
I think that's why I'm actually in the position that I'm in, because I literally try to say that the universe is going to take care of everything for me. Even as far as finances, like, the situations are going to just.
But you do know you're a leader.
Yes.
So you do know, like, kids and stuff and consumers are looking up to you.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So without a control and a leadership, you see what I'm saying?
That's why I'm telling them that if I can do it and I made it this far doing everything that they said I couldn't, because it had to be done a certain way and you gotta have this and you gotta have that. That's exactly why I'm in this position, because I didn't do any of that stuff and I'm still getting just as far, if not further, than people who have been doing this for years and doing it the blueprint way that they said it was gonna work, about having a 5,000 physical minimum fans, and you gotta have a certain amount of followers in order to do. No, that shit didn't work for me.
I'm glad you don't believe that shit.
It's hard. It's weird hearing like that type of stuff come from Prez, because Prez, at the same time, you're a businessman, but at some point in time, you're also a creative too.
Yeah.
So you're just so think the business part of it, but your art,
but it's understandable because that's what works.
So let me say this. See,
because it's like as a creative, like you passionate about your shit.
No, but what I'm saying to you, where we at right now is like I've sacrificed my creativity to be here to build something like this. You see what I'm saying? So as far as us like changing the culture here, like we don't charge for interviews here. We don't do all the fugazi, the little the followers thing and blah blah blah. We interview the fuck people in the interview. You feel me? We for the culture. So as far as me sacrificing my creativity, as far as a rapper or whatever, is okay. I get some finance and I'm gonna do this. You see what I'm saying? I'm more impactful like that. With a person like Jade, she has the same mentality I do. A lot of creators don't think like she thinks. You see what I'm saying? So with her trying to change, this is because I'm trying to change the way we do things. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying to her is I'm not telling her to lose a passion or sell a soul, because I haven't sold my soul. You feel me? I'm still a creator. I still respect the art form. You know this. On and off. We all know how I feel about art. You see what I'm saying? But it's a sacrifice that not everyone is like me. Not everyone's gonna roll the dice like I roll the dice. Like she roll the dice, so that's the advice I'm giving her. I'm not telling her to sell her soul, because when she get that money and she's telling me that if she had XYZ amount of money, she would do XYZ, that's telling me she don't have control over that creativity and that passion. If I get rich right now, you damn right I'm going back to rapping. I'll just pay somebody to run the studio, you feel me? And I'll just pay for this shit a year by a building and walk away, and it'd be a creative space like Diddy does Revolt.
It's just that I had a lot of people tell me, on this journey before I even got with the team that I have now, which I'm blessed to have, they were telling me like, and as an artist, I understand the business aspect of it, but there's just certain shit that as an artist, certain things that are said, it brings us down because it makes us feel like we can't do it because of that's how it's supposed to be done. And so that's why I want artists that do think like me, that do have the mindset like me, that they don't have finances to support their dream and stuff like that. Don't let that stop you. No matter what the hell, you can have the whole world against you, but as long as you believe in what you're doing, you're gonna get to where you gotta get. Just do not let your faith shake at all.
Right. I want to get both of y'all, everybody's opinion on. I don't know if y'all follow stuff like this, but The Dream this week sold his 75% of his music for $23 million or something like that. His catalog, how do you feel about those type of situations? Well, it's like I feel like I think it was an advertising company or something like that.
Well, I don't know the detail. He could have some back.
But he sold the rights to his music.
Yeah,
would you ever sell the rights to your music?
No, I wouldn't. Because you have to consider your stuff priceless at the end of the day. If you have a price, you're easily sold. It's kind of like selling your soul. It's kind of like selling your soul. If your craft is your passion.
He got hit, but we're talking records like Rihanna, from Beyonce, all that.
It's probably a reason why I can't say without like having a conversation with him. I can't speak on it.
Yo, back the fuck up the next time.
but just knowing the music business, it's like when I see an artist going sign to a major label, right? In order for someone, you got a team, right? You said before you got with his team, your team could have told you your first tape, all the masters belong to us. But to get that help with that team, we all need help. Yeah, you have to give that away. If you're such a creator, you're so good at it, it's no problem giving you a laptop when I'm trying to duplicate 100. Just like laptop for an example. It's like Mac with Steve Jobs. I don't know we're not getting into the story, but you feel me? Music is the same exact way. Giving someone 23 records or whatever the case may be, he could have a million of the records. You feel me? So it's like you. What
about Jay-Z and the Sprint deal?
I don't. What he did? I don't know the details.
It was like
he sold 30% of the title to Sprint for $200 million and gave them the rights to his 444 album.
Exactly.
And then
So,
AT&T just bought
so
the
it,
rights,
it's
so
like
he
it's
did
like I'm
that
selling
deal.
you a cup. It's not really selling your soul. And guess what he did? He did push the culture further because he created a platform title to spread through a mobile network to more people. To the game could. Title was created
that
for
was-
creators to control their music, as far as the Kanye to Rihanna versus going to Apple. You see what I'm saying?
We're talking
As a creator, I feel like you're giving your right to create away. You're not a creator.
No,
no
it's,
more.
it's not. You're not really
Jay-Z-
giving it away. You're not.
That's
really,
what it
Jay-Z
is.
sold the rights to one album. The Dream sold 75% of
That's
his
a lot.
shit.
That's
a
like-
lot of. That's a lot.
I don't know the
fucking
details, so
music.
I can't say.
I know.
but
I know
I'm pretty
75%. I know
I'm
that
pretty-
much. Of 23 million.
I'm pretty sure
I know those two numbers.
There's probably a deal where he made a deal with a label and he only owns a certain amount. So 75% y'all talking about, he probably only own like 2%.
He owned 25%.
You see what I'm saying?
He gave them 75.
No, what I'm saying to you, say I do a deal with you. Say we all do a deal. Me, George, we all do a deal, right? We own that cup and 25% is mine. So because I wrote the record, I said, you know what, Sip, you're gonna be the DJ, she gonna be the performer, and you're gonna be the manager, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I split it up. But I wrote the record, whatever the case may be, and it's my record. I only own 25%. And I said, you know what, man? Fuck y'all niggas. Y'all can keep that shit. I'm gonna sell this record. I only own 25% of that record. So the 75 records you're talking about is a high possibility he don't own that much on those records. The 30 record he got left or whatever, he probably own all the full rights to those records. You feel me? I don't know the detail. I'm not saying you wrong or right. I'm just saying that I don't know the detail to speak on it. You feel me? Because I know so much about the business side of things. You
I
can,
just feel like
really
that's a
wrong
little
or right
cheap
answer.
for-
It's more so an opinion, and that's what he chose to do. So that was true for him because he's the one that chose to do it.
Exactly.
But I personally would
I don't
never
know.
give
And
up my
Dream got
rights
some
to create.
hits too. Ain't like he.
Yeah,
got,
he's a great ass
That
writer.
motherfucker
That's why I
got
was
some
like, I didn't even know
hits.
this till now. That's why I was just like, what?
That
But he
motherfucker
made,
got
but he
some
made,
A lot of-
he
Hell
may
yeah.
not have
A
a
lot
lot
of
of own a lot of rights to all this stuff.
That's
that
what I'm
he
saying.
said.
It's like Prince getting a position. Prince needed help of labels to get in the position he's in, right? Again, it's a business. You gotta be smart. It's chess. You gotta be smart about this. He ended up buying his shit back. Jay-Z bought his album back from Def Jam, and he was the president of Def Jam. It's a business. You feel me? That's you got to think about these things. You're not really giving away. These things you can buy back, and you need outlets.
They gave
And
it back to him.
I think that
huh?
They gave it back to him as part of his presidency. They paid him $3 million for the year. He gave it back as Rockefeller rights and rights to the music.
Same by buying it back. He did it time. He worked for it.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same price they paid.
He bought it for more. He paid more for his own shit.
Yeah, because he wanted his masters back. So it's like Cameron has bought his masters back, right? And Cameron was a guy who was famous to do one album deals here and there, right? But he finally got in a position where he's financially stable enough to buy his shit back. You see what I'm saying? If he didn't make those deals, he wouldn't be in a position to buy his shit back.
well, then I guess that goes back to the question that you asked me, what I hope to change, and it's that we
Okay.
won't have to keep doing that.
But
anymore as artists and creators.
Jay-Z's working on that.
That's good. Then I'm gonna just add on to it.
Yeah, that's what Jay-Z's doing right now. That's what the title platform is for. That's what Rock Nation, all these Puma deals. They're not like casting. They're not record deals. They're like partnership. You see what I'm saying? So that's what Jay-Z's currently working on. But I mean, that's good. But
His Puma deal more so with the NBA and
Who?
the athletic side. Jay-Z's Puma deal is not for the street.
no, Meek Mill, Rihanna, that's all from Rock Nation management, bro.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
I forgot there was Rock Nation man.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm talking about as far as what Jay-Z's doing with Puma. He's
I'm
he's
not
overseeing the
talking
sports
about that.
part.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. But anyway, Jay, we gonna get into a record. Thank you.
thank you for having me.
You said
Much.
Spinrilla this Sunday.
Yes.
What time is it dropping this Sunday?
Just you gonna have to wait for that one.
Okay, so this Sunday, X be on Spinrilla.
Yes.
How can the people follow you?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Jade Omari Official, JadeOmari Official, and then on Twitter it's just Jade Omari.
Okay.
Awesome.
I got
Thank
more
you
questions
so much,
for Jay. I'm gonna play
Jade.
the summary record.
Okay, go ahead.
You want to introduce it?
Yeah, this is the summary off of my new tape X. So for those of y'all listening, y'all get to hear the exclusiveness of this.
Hey, we be back.
All right.